I just want to say that, like, I love myself. Like, it's really hard to sort of love yourself in the moment, but when you look back at yourself, like in videos or memories, you can really, in hindsight, look at where you're coming from. You can understand more of why you were that way. Because it sometimes feels like when I'm in the moment, like now, it feels like I'm lying to myself, like I'm not being the complete, honest, authentic self that I can be. But looking back at, say, this video, in the future, me looking back at this, or me looking at videos I've made in the past, video journals, I can see that me not being authentic, me not being completely honest, was me being honest. It's like a paradox. It's like the very fact that I am not being honest is, in turn, me being honest. It's kind of twisted, but it's because it's like everything that I do it because I care about something. You know? It's like the ways that I act, all the places in myself where I limit myself. There are places in myself where I limit myself because I care and love these other parts of myself. I'm trying to keep myself safe. It's because I care and love. What becomes tricky though is you're not loving all of you. You're not loving the whole picture. So you can limit yourself because you care and love about these other parts of yourself that you want to, you know, you're trying to keep yourself safe. But I don't know, it's like you're not honouring these other parts of yourself that need love. And it's hard to see, like, who you are in each moment. Because it seems like there are so many split off personalities within us that we play in certain times. Like, I don't know who I am right now. Like, what is this one that is coming out to speak now? Like, what is this one's purpose? This personality that I am now. What is this one's purpose? What is it? What does it care for? What? I don't know. Basically, I just watched the video I made before this one, and I could just see like just see this being that is me. And it's like, this is me. Like, I get to play this one. Like, I am me. Like, I am Jasper. Like, I get to play Jasper. Like, I was watching the video uploaded before this one. Watching me like I wasn't me. Like, I'm not the one on the screen. I'm just watching this person. And I could just, I'm giving myself all this, like, kindness and understanding. And then I realized it's like, well, that's me. Like, I am playing that. I get to be that. That's cool. But this sort of sensation doesn't come up very often, where I'm actually excited to be me. I'm always trying to be someone else. I'm always trying to change. And that's fine, like, we all change, like, we need to change. But it's like I'm trying to force myself to change because I don't like who I am. I'm trying to change myself out of fear and hate rather than love and kindness. I mean, like I said, it is because of care, really. But I don't know, this is very interesting being me. Like, when you're in solitude, like I am a lot, it's really so many insights. Like, especially if you've never, like, for these past few years, I've been alone a lot of the time before I went to school, and now I really have the chance now to be with myself. And yeah, although I distract myself with the internet and my thoughts, there are still times like now where I can really get in touch with the moment and investigate reality and investigate who am I, what is consciousness? What is consciousness in relation to this character called Jasper that I think that I am? And just playing around with all this shit, and it's like so fucking profound. It's really like going into the depths of like, who am I? Like, what is identity? Like, who is the real me? And where does practicality come into that? And where does kindness come into that? You know? And how do I relate to this character that's Jasper if I'm not Jasper? And if I am Jasper, how do I relate to life? You know, it's like this, I keep sort of interchanging between I'm life experiencing Jasper, and then it's like I'm Jasper experiencing life. That's deep shit. Yeah, that goes really deep. When it's like I'm Jasper experiencing life, like, yep. But then it's like I'm life experiencing Jasper. Like, fuck, man. And that like really opens my heart to Jasper. Because I'm playing Jasper, I'm being him, and it's like really, really, there's just like this kindness and understanding for Jasper. And it feels so fucking weird to say Jasper as in like a third person viewpoint. But I can only do it sometimes because there's still like Jasper is like the whole of multiple identities and personalities. There is so many different personalities within me, and all of them combined is Jasper. And so there are parts of Jasper. There are some identities, these personalities in Jasper. There are some of these personalities that are a lot more, can be looked at a lot more, like can be seen as a lot more empty. Like there's not a whole lot of solidity there. And so one personality can come out, and I can see very clearly that that's not me. I can see very clearly that that's like this sort of character that I've made. And it's like, I fucking transcend the ego, and it's like, you know, but then there are so many within me that have this real holds, this real stronghold, this real big sense of solidity. That it's like, I am Jasper, I'm real. What do you fucking mean, you know? And it goes very, very deep, deep traumas. So there are some parts within myself that are very solid, which I which so I believe that I'm Jasper. Then there are other parts within myself that are very sort of a bit more flowy, a bit more like bendable, flexible, where I can sort of experiment with it and observe it and see that it's see that it's I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, the message I wanted to get across here was that, you know, when you can step outside yourself, when you can observe yourself, then it's like, what is this observing? It's observing myself. It's like I've always thought myself to be myself, but then there's this other thing that's observing. And of course that's who you really are. It's like, of course, it's like, who's observing? It's like, well, you are. Like I'm observing, but then it's like there is this separation where it's like I'm observing me. So it's like, what? So am I me or am I the observer of me? And then you realize that it's like there are these parts of yourself which are just it's really hard to explain because I can like really like get into the present moment and observe myself and it's all clear to me, and then when I try and explain it, I'm back in being me. And I've lost being the observer and I'm back in being me, who I think I am most of the time. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, yeah, I mean, you can only really treat yourself with love and kindness if you observe yourself. The observing is the love and kindness and understanding. Because you can have all these personalities within yourself that can which can contradict each other. Some parts of yourself love other parts of yourself, some parts of yourself hate other parts of yourself. And so there's all this like duality here. It's like good and bad and love and hate. But then there's this awareness, this observation that has this sort of innate quality to it that is understanding and loving and kind. That has no preference about what this is doing, what your personalities are doing. It's just watching it and accepting it.